last we met, you all had a very interesting experience. Which would have been a lot more interesting if three of you had not torped like at the very beginning. But
that's a lot of ag.
That was a lot of ag.
And someone pulled a relic.
One human with a shotgun.
And a relic.
You should have been running.
Shotguns are nasty in this game. They really are. +4 to the damage modifier.
Oh, you were curious whether it was pump action, brake barrel, or
lever
action, weren't you?
Sounded like a pump to me.
It could be any of the three.
Yeah.
Because some of us decided to research what 1887-ish shotguns.
Nice.
Because it got curious.
You had something to do?
That's awesome, actually.
Alright, so in case we went,
you were all...
No, because he's the gun nut.
Yeah.
So.
You were all... you were all asked to leave the premises.
Yes.
Because you found out that the Hunter's Lodge
My granddaddy get embraced by a loogie.
You found out that the Hunter's Lodge was actually the
very accurate
domain of Victor Loretta, who just so happens to be Thomas's grandsire.
My grandpappy.
Because Thicker Than Water is all about family.
He knows your dad. He's your granddad.
He get embraced by a loogie. Not me.
I'm more wondering if you're the black sheep. If your family's the black sheep of the family.
You're 2 steps removed from a loogie. You're runoff.
Oh, God. So you're the one driving?
And question about your Mini. Is it one of those really old ones?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because modern Minis, you can definitely fit at least 5 people in. 6 if you're really cozy and don't care about seatbelts.
I looked at one.
There's 5 seats. 5 seats with headrest and everything.
So
yeah, but the middle seat's this big.
Yes.
So
look, I've crammed 5 people into a Fiat that was definitely built for 4.
So everything that you all experienced did not affect the timetable that went by.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, this is still just the next night.
Yeah.
Because you guys, in my mind, have just left. And it was still relatively early.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go ahead and say it's about 10 o'clock at night. And you guys have left the Hunter's Lodge.
Yeah, we were about an hour out of town, so that's about right for getting where we're going.
We'll say that you're just now arriving back into your domain. What exactly is on everybody's mind? How are you guys handling the fact that you have your ghoul and a meth addict who is not doing very well?
He was locked in the fridge, the poor guy.
Who we just lost our rehab facility for.
Who still doesn't know anything about you guys either.
Besides, we're doing a favor for his granddad.
I've got an idea. Ghoul this meth addict.
Who is going to show back up
Yeah.
and not know where you guys are. Because he had left to go get something when you guys left.
Oh, who?
Ling. Ling had to go get something.
Oh yeah, I've got to go make some calls.
Yeah. Ling went to go, and then you guys left, so he has no idea where you guys are going.
Did anybody leave him a note?
Nah, I don't really like him.
So, it is just you four, the ghoul, who is Sicilian. His name is Sicilian.
His name is nickname Pick a Pick.
His name is nickname Pick a Pick. Alright. And Johnny. Johnny is currently suffering from the sweats and the shakes.
I think he's in the car with you guys.
And he's not handling the car very well. Oh, boy. Kind of looks like he's going to throw up.
Not in here, he's not.
Meanwhile, we're in the car.
Does he?
Not So why don't we see where everybody is? Let's go ahead and do hunger.
Didn't we do that last week?
When we woke
Do you
up,
guys know what your...
I mean, I'm at 2 right now, so.
Okay. We can keep the score that you guys had last time. That's fine.
Yeah, because I thought we rolled
Yeah.
into the night. I thought we were reconvening at your penthouse
Yeah.
to figure out our next.
So you guys are heading to the penthouse.
Mhm.
Okay. You know where the penthouse is.
Yeah.
So
Does he?
Yes.
That's right, you do.
Where
'cause
we
you went
introduced.
yeah. Because he's driving.
We pretty much wait for them to arrive in the parking lot, or unless they're like right behind us.
okay. Do you indoor park like the parking garage kind of situation?
My private elevator that goes to.
Okay. But in the parking garage?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an underground parking garage.
Okay. So they wait until everybody arrives.
I'm not actually going to park there.
Okay.
I'm going to find somewhere at least a block away to park. And our asses are going to walk.
Okay. Who's all with you?
Apparently, Meat Sweats and...
My goal, I mean,
Okay, so
Okay.
you all are traveling together. Okay.
Isn't Sicilian a cheese pizza? No, that's a margarita.
Oh, you've guessed his first name.
Margarita.
Margarita?
Margarita Sicilian. All right.
you're having too much fun with
That
this.
is a very name your SPCs. So you walk.
The Sicilian is a nickname.
You guys walk for about a block to get to the hotel. He is not handling the walk very well. How exactly? Give me the formation of the walk. How is this happening?
I want to be able to see him at least out of my peripheral vision.
Okay.
So...
He will
you guys
stop
can
on
be
occasion.
behind.
He will stop on occasion. At one point, he stops and he just like loses everything he has in a bush.
It's not my bush.
That's it. Let it out.
There is, it's still being relatively early, and you guys are in the Old Town area. There is going to be a good amount of foot traffic. So there's going to be a lot of staring, a lot of people talking about how
don't
disgusting that is.
He's just drunk.
Too wild of a party. It was his birthday.
Don't mind our friend. He's an idiot.
Him too.
If you guys pass a bench, he will sit down. This block is probably going to take a good half hour, 45 minutes to get through. Because if he sits down, he's going to fall asleep.
Do you have sunglasses on you?
Yes. And back in the car.
Damn it.
Why don't we just let him sleep and carry him?
That's what I was going to tell you.
Yes, but I told
Arm
you
on his
first,
shoulder, put sunglasses on.
Don't need some.
Thomas only carries people if they're wearing glasses. Alright? It's part of his venture thing. You two drive in the truck, then I take it?
Yep.
Okay. So,
He's driving.
he knows where he's going. Do you park in the parking garage or somewhere else?
I want to park in the garage.
Okay.
I don't have a reason not to.
True.
So we're going to get up to the penthouse. And they're not going to be there.
So,
What are the odds you drive past our asses?
Fairly.
meh.
No, I think this little side quest is good for you guys. So, so at the parking garage, you don't know about a personal elevator or anything like that. You'd have to go inside. It's not a big deal. It's just
Same way that.
same way you went before. Same way you went before. This is a pretty interesting building. It is mostly businesses, but it does have some high-end living higher up. And it's very top of the line, state of the art. Everything's new.
Probably built in the last couple of years.
Probably built within the last couple of years. Probably renovated 4 times since then. Like, this place is just, if it's a new thing, it is there.
Okay.
Touchscreen maps. It's just a high-end kind of thing.
Trendy.
Would it have been owned by the same firm doing all that the whole time?
I mean, I don't really understand. I don't know how you would know that specifically, but like it's not that new of a building.
Okay.
Or it's not that old of a building.
Yeah.
So you can, unless somebody had to just flip it really quick, it's probably owned by the same people.
Yeah, they just keeping it all up to date.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not sure what kind of architect firm she was involved with, so Jess might have been aware of what's going on. That they're like, those guys like have to have everything brand new, that sort of thing.
Park.
Or it's changed hands again.
Yeah.
Yes, that'll be a great deal easier.
So I was just curious.
Yeah. No. It's a good thing for your character. All right.
I guess we're going up to the top floor.
Yep, going up to his floor.
Okay.
You
You're gonna
guys
get
taking the lobby or? Oh,
They don't know
They don't know.
any
I
other.
don't know the fucking password.
He knows how to get to your place, and that's it. So, yeah, you can get there. There are going to be some looks. Obviously, you guys
Stick out.
out like sore thumbs. Yeah, but you are able to get to the elevator fairly easy, and you go all the way to the top.
Several elevators later.
Yeah. At one point, you actually do have to get out of the elevator and go to a different elevator, which will lead you up to the penthouse area, where you are lucky to at least know how to get up there. But past that little lobby before you walk into his actual place,
The foyer.
you really can't get past that.
Did we beat him here? How did we beat him here?
We may have.
They left before us. They got caught in traffic or something?
Going through the
Sicilian is going to
going ahead.
reach for his phone and take a look at it. They're already there.
Make him wait. They can wait.
The Ring camera.
So
Does he have? Well, if it's modern technology, it does have a speaker. Give me that. We're on our way. Just wait a few minutes. Thank you.
An hour and a few.
I guess they got stuck in traffic.
It's no. A few is 3 or 4. 3 or 4 is not 60.
well, he said
He said we'll be there in a bit.
he said be there in a minute.
In a minute,
He
yeah.
said we're on our way.
Yeah. I said they must have gotten stuck in traffic. Just beat them here.
I heard being out.
Drag.
No, he said we're on our way.
Or on our way. Yeah.
I heard an hour away. Be there in a few. And that's why
Polarity.
He drives like the wolf.
Drag.
You guys just gonna pick him up and take him? He is bitching the whole time. He doesn't fight because he doesn't want to walk.
He's just complaining.
But there is a level of I still have my dignity, which he does not.
Drape an arm across your shoulder.
How is this carrying happen? Is this like a fireman
I have
hole?
feet.
Is this a fireman hold? Is this how you guys doing it?
Him and Sicilian will be carrying him. I'll be in front. Try to deal with security. Let us in.
See, this is why I'm entirely satisfied that he's bitching the whole way. Corpses don't bitch.
That is true. Alright, so You get in.
I've done the
And
entirely
you
too
instantly
drunk friends
have
home from
the-
pub. Arm over one.
You
shoulder,
instantly
arm over
have
somebody
the
else's.
security who is going to start walking over. Sicilian walks over and deflects that right off the bat. And you're able to get to where you need to
Put
go.
in the password.
Yeah.
Take the elevator up.
So it's going to take some time. You guys are probably sitting there for like a good 20, 30 minutes after the phone call. Or after the box said that he would be there in a minute. And when the door opens, you see the three of them, because Sicilian's still downstairs handling things. You see the three of them with John not looking too good. He's halfway hanging off a fireman, and he's got vomit all over his shirt, and he's...
So there's like an elevator from the parking garage?
Private
Yeah,
elevator.
just like have to put your...
It's because I have.
Did you put it in there?
It's because I have
Postern. Yeah.
Is it straight through?
Yeah.
Oh.
Drop him on the chair. Grab a glass full of water.
Okay.
Do you
Just
have
leave
that?
him in the lobby? Or...
We just opened the door for
You
them.
guys got off the elevator, and you said, I put him down in the chair. Which I was
You
also
said when you
confused
opened the door. You literally just said that.
to the elevator.
Oh. Yeah, put him down, give him a glass of water, and open the door for this guys.
Okay.
Take a glass of water, put it on.
Where do you... I'm going to be picky.
Another-
I just feel like being picky tonight. So before you open the door
Not
to
a
go
chair,
inside,
not a
you
rug.
have a glass of water suddenly.
Grab a glass.
Okay, where are you getting the glass from?
It's a fucking apartment.
Yeah, but you said you did
Where
that
in
before
the
you
lo-
opened the door to go inside.
Before you let us in.
Yeah.
We got out of the elevator. He went to
Put
his
him down,
bar.
grab a glass, fill it
Grab
with
the
water.
tumbler.
We're in
to
front of
him.
the elevator.
Huh?
You guys are waiting outside at this moment in the
We're outside of the elevator.
Hands him.
Private elevator.
Oh, he
elevator.
took
You're
he took
in-
the one that goes directly into
Yeah.
his house.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
That
That I needed to have cleared up. Okay. So, yes, you guys are sitting outside waiting to get in,
probably not patient. It's probably fuming is more.
and they have
I'm
already...
about half a step from disassembling the ring camera to see what it's
Would
made
you?
of.
And he's already inside of his house. So after a couple minutes, he opens the door to let you guys in. He's already inside.
Yeah, you'll be getting ring alerts of me looking in it, that sort of thing.
Well, for you, welcome back. For you, welcome.
Thank you.
Let them in.
By the time you guys get inside the house, or by the time you guys get inside the apartment, Johnny is already passed out in a chair.
It's not looking so good.
Method.
The spilt glass of water on the ground next to him.
At least it wasn't wine or something else.
Just get him a clean shirt.
Go through my closet. Here, have this one.
Okay? Just throw it at him. He's unconscious.
He's asleep.
So describe this apartment to us. This is the first time we've had the whole group here.
Just
I think I have a
throw,
picture somewhere.
throw things at him. As soon as we graduate from shirts and pants to shoes
Just ring toss.
and another glass of water.
Just ring toss with a method.
That's just the living room. God damn it.
Well, I mean, are you taking
just-
them through all the rooms in your house?
I mean,
Giving
there's
us the grand tour.
That's okay. I'm
Alright, let's see the living room.
the
Okay,
windows
so-
have automatic shutters.
Okay. So,
Okay.
so floor to ceiling windows. Very nice furnishing.
Yeah, modern minimalist furnishing, or modern mid-century sort of style.
So I'm looking outside the window to see what nearby buildings are
Wait, actually,
equal or higher elevation.
Can I see that?
This is one of the larger buildings in this part of town. You can see some further off that are higher
see
up,
it
but
now.
you can tell that this is a
I mean, it's an example.
this is the first step of
Is
modernizing
there about that?
Huh?
the old town
Yeah, there's a balcony.
area.
Yeah.
But this is also a part of town where people fight to not have things modernized. So this is considered a stain in the city itself.
Big historic district, this thing.
Big ass modern building.
You're
Yeah,
trying to say we have the higher ground?
you do
Yes.
technically have the higher ground. Yes.
Okay.
There's actually there's also a balcony.
Cool.
Bar, plenty of rooms, big ass freaking bath.
I'm going on the grand tour.
Okay.
Bat?
Baths. Not bats.
Big ass,
You must
Big ass
be
bats.
specific.
big ass, it's
Giant
freaking-
vampire bats.
You open up one of the doors and there's a bat-looking thing in here. With a
That's
bunch of
just
super marks
that's
on
just
it.
my roommate.
It's about
It's
the
just
size
my
of an
roommate.
elephant.
That's my roommate. Let him be.
Pieter.
Peter.
Hey, that was a good one. Oh god.
Peter.
Pieter.
So now what do you do now that you have him in your home?
Start looking up like in-house visit doctors, so we
Okay.
can bring one in.
Concierge medical.
I'm just poking around. I'm looking around.
Okay.
Not quite going through a sock drawer level poking around, but
That's good. So,
so didn't you say that you talked to your sire and he was wanting to
Yeah.
talk?
Tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is when we're going to go meet him. Look,
Who?
my sire.
Induction into the group, I'm guessing.
No, it's more of we've had a lot of shit happen in the last 36 hours, give or take. And
I mean, more if you count what happened, the weird shit that happened.
And I don't know everything that happened, so it's just going to be easier if I have you all tag along to be able to answer any extra questions he might have.
Okay. Once again, still while he's talking in
yeah,
the
you're
mic,
just looking for visiting doctors. Give me a. Let's do wits plus tech.
3 successes.
3 successes. Okay.
We didn't leave a note for Lane.
There are not many doctors that make house calls any longer. But you will find one after hours visiting doctor who is willing to come in. They have like all of their contact information and everything on there. It's a Dr. Porter.
I call everybody to like look at this screen. It's like, guys, does this look legit to you?
I don't see why not.
There's a whole bunch of like reviews on
listed
how
on
well he
actual-
does. And
Find
hear
a
me?
doctor
Me?
site, so
Opinion?
What experience do you think I would have in Portland with a medical person?
Just asking for opinions.
Is this a person I would have heard about before?
not really, no.
like he looks legit from the sites he's listed on.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of recommendations. There's a whole bunch of
What does Yelp reviews look like?
ZocDoc, whatever.
there's like what his qualifications are, what his specialties are, things like that.
Which hospital is he affiliated with?
He was affiliated with Portland General until it exploded last year. But he's basically with the Portland with the Oregon Physicians Group. He does move from hospital to hospital, but his main base hospital is still under reconstruction. He was also he's also highly recommended by the McCarthy Foundation, which was a hospital that was going to be built, but there was
specializing in phlebotomy.
There was actually he's primarily does blood work. He also does help out at the psychiatric hospital in Portland.
Psychiatric.
Like he comes in,
Might be a really good one because the psychiatric stuff is good for drug problems.
He goes in and does the physical, like, I don't want to say actual.
The physicals, basically?
Yeah, he does the physical doctor
side
work
of psychiatry.
at the psychiatric hospital. He's not actually, like, he's not involved in the psychiatric part.
Yeah. He's the one who he handles, like, prescriptions and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
he comes in, he does their physicals, he does their checkups.
Yeah, he's not on the therapeutical side, he's on the medicinal side.
Body doctor, not head doctor.
Yeah. He might be real good.
But he is the only one that's available after hours that you can find.
So, who wants to talk to him?
It's your house.
What do you want me to tell him? Oh, I have a guy that's freaking an addict in my room?
Friend of the family asked you.
It's basically the same that we told the last
Friend of the
time.
family, party too hard, did some drugs.
You're retaining a concierge physician to come to visit your penthouse to solve a problem for you. Have your retainer make the call.
I weirdly twist my head towards Sicilian. Hey,
He's
buddy.
still downtown, or still downstairs.
Oh, they're from downstairs. Never mind.
Go to my room, pull all the cabinets, pick a cell phone.
You had a spare cell phone already?
Put in a SIM card, but the SIM card I still have. Turn it on.
Text comes through.
Probably a shitload of texts.
Yeah, there's a good number of texts, yes.
Oh, your stock ticker.
Oh yeah, how's your stocks doing?
That's a good question.
Did you roll that last week?
No, I did not. We woke up. No, I did not. And it's fine.
That's good.
we got enough on your plate without your salary being mad at you too.
Well, having an extra reason to be mad.
Yeah, if he's getting a call from his sire.
Send a text to Cecilia and it's get it in here as fast as you can when you're done.
Oh, you're gonna spook him.
When you're done, I'm not that freaking.
Hey, that was out of character. I don't know what you're texting.
Me neither.
And in the meantime, I pull out the checkbook and start writing his check for extra work.
That's probably a good idea. All right, so it's going to be a few moments before he gets up there. So, yeah, you guys are just all awkwardly standing around a penthouse right now.
I run a computer.
Oh no, I'm going through his penthouse at this point.
Same. At least I'm not quite going through the sock drawer level of snooping around.
I'm not really interested in his socks now.
311.
Ooh.
Although I am interested in his stairwells and his HVAC units.
You need passwords for that, buddy.
That's reassuring, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of things in here that have keypads attached to them.
That's a good start.
All right. Well, after a few minutes, Sicilian will come through the front doors. Yeah?
Flip the computer. We need you to call this guy.
I'm standing over by
Oh,
the
here you go, by the way.
door to the
Give him the paycheck.
balcony.
I'll call. tucks the check in his pocket. Is there anything you don't want me to say? Other than the fact that there's a meth addict tweaking in her apartment right now.
I mean, that is who's the doc's being called for, isn't it?
Yeah, mainly.
Cool.
I think the emphasis should be on the word discreet.
Alright, well, when the phone picks up, you can tell there's obviously some type of automated system happening. He
Please
spends
press
a
1.
good amount of
If
time.
this is a real medical emergency, hang up and call 911.
He has a good amount of time that he's pushing buttons, an odd amount of time, and a lot of buttons, and he gets really frustrated a couple of times.
Oh,
And
it's me
that
trying
menu
to do my
timed
job.
out. Let's hear it again.
Yes.
Press 3 if you need XYZ.
Oh.
3. That's an invalid entry. It's your system.
Possible overdose. Yes. No one here is a medical physician. Thank you. All right. They're gonna have to let me know downstairs when they get here, but they should send them right up.
All right.
In the
On the meantime, this guy needs a shower.
Medical person. That is one of the questions I would ask. All right, I'm gonna come do my quackery. Is anyone in the room going to be a doctor? No. All right, cool. Let's go.
Well, I mean, it's also a question of how fast should they get there. If there's already somebody who has medical training and knows not to let the person swallow their tongue, they can take the time to find the right matching socks.
Yeah. No.
Sicilian will get back in the elevator and go back downstairs and wait for them there.
I think you're going to need to write another check.
Yeah. I'll have it, my checkbook on me.
This is called job security.
So these are the nicest surroundings that this group of vampires has been in for a while.
Jasich definitely kind of likes it.
No peeled up
Drinking in-
carpet.
Drinking
no,
in the sights.
no moldy walls. No algae covered windows. Only one drug addict.
And no load-bearing broom handles. So, question I got asked last night that I realized I don't have any answers for is, how old are any of us? I mean, obviously I know me. Jess is saying this as she's looking out the window.
Been a while.
How many years for it to have been a while?
Lost count.
Out of character, you lying shit.
They don't need to know.
Did I roll an insight check is what I'm hearing?
They don't need to know shit.
What would we roll for an insight check?
That would be wits plus insight to see if somebody's lying to you.
Three successes.
Do I need to roll anything, Tom?
You're trying to lie to us.
Manipulation and subterfuge.
Yeah, manipulation and
plus
subterfuge.
subterfuge if you're actively trying to lie. I don't see a point. Four
successes. How many successes did you get? 3.
Four. You know he's lying.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Yep. The other question I got asked, I have absolutely no idea. Anybody know anything about steps or generation, we called it? I got asked how many steps away I was.
By whom and in what context?
Last night.
Because
by the
that
Ben
can
Prince.
be a warning sign that someone is contemplating whether or not you seem like a delicious snack.
It was in last night. You know.
That does not allay my suspicions. And it's like,
Look, it was at this stage 100 years ago, so.
and what did you tell them?
I don't know.
Probably the safest answer.
I just didn't know that was something you knew. How do you know that sort of thing?
Genealogical records, for the most part. There are some ways to determine it directly. If you lack genealogical records and are unlikely to find any, you'll need to find a blood sorcerer, from what I understand.
That sounds dodgy.
Consulting with sorcerers usually is.
Yeah, it's kind of right there in the name, isn't it?
Yeah.
The question is, which is more hazardous, the physical or the moral?
I mean, we do an awful lot with blood ourselves, so it's like it depends on what they mean by blood sorcery. So
Well, any way you cut it, you're consulting with a sorcerer.
yeah, no, the sorcerer part is the more dodgy part.
So,
Yes, you are absolutely overhearing this conversation.
right, but while they're having that conversation, I'm looking up pagers that operate on the UHF frequency,
Okay.
because that's the same frequency that naval subs use, or bandwidth that naval subs use to get their radio transmissions when they're underwater.
Okay.
So my thought is, if I can find one pager that operates on that, we can get a hold of her when she's in the tunnels.
Do they make pagers like that?
Yes, actually, they do.
But unfortunately, the frequencies that submarines operate on are VLF and ELF, not UHF. You're going the wrong direction. Pagers do have much better ranges than cell phones, though. One of the reasons why a certain other gang will... Beauty of pager system is they can have one antenna in the center of town and feel happy to put 500 kilowatts into the transmission and just blast the whole place. Cell phones are on the order of watts.
When found a shirt on.
Well,
On Goodwill.
What is
Okay.
it?
Full Metal Alchemist. Mace Hughes.
I mean, at least it's not the other one.
Yep.
Yeah. The Chimera one.
I can't.
So-
I can never
the one
remember
I
that.
probably
You
looking up
can
right
never, I can never watch that episode again. So,
So-
what happened?
Oh, I was just asking how anybody knows what their generation is, basically.
Ask your sire which his generation is. Yours is going to be higher. Simple.
Or apparently talk to a blood sorcerer.
Do you want to go through all that work?
There's a knock on the door, followed by Sicilian opening it. He's nice enough to give you guys a little bit of a warning. And he's followed in by a tall, thin, just stereotypical doctor. He's wearing a white coat and everything. Yes, he's wearing a white coat and everything. If I can get a what is it?
Wits.
Was it insight?
Insight is a skill.
Yeah, I think it's wits and insight for memory.
Okay.
One success.
Not you. You're good. You weren't there.
2 successes.
Okay.
Oh, me too?
Yeah.
What are
you
we?
were there. Wits and insight.
What's an insight?
Oh, okay. I know this pool. I just use this pool.
Yeah.
Wow.
1.
No, even better.
Zero?
Oh, no, wait. No, that's a 9. Okay.
Frenzy?
1. I was that close to saying bestial failure. No, 1.
So yeah, he walks in. All right. So where's the patient?
I'll say I've got a tag onto that since the beast. I think it's a passive effect.
It should be. But there's also a lot of beasts in this.
That
room.
is true.
That specifically focused on one type of beast.
In which case, I'd say you'd have to try.
Yeah, that's what I'm just checking.
Yeah.
My turn. I got a check.
Oh, I'm in the right spot.
He's like, why though?
Yeah, the power can be used both actively and passively, warning of the user of an aggressive intent in their immediate vicinity.
I would say that there is a hostile drug addict and several vampires in this room, and a ghoul.
Yeah.
So, unless he was
If
overtly
I was-
hostile.
Only if I was like looking at him
And
would
trying,
I pick something out.
Yeah,
I
this
have
guy-
no reason to be
Yeah.
looking.
No, you're not going to catch anything off him. He seems pretty placid.
It seems normal.
He just walks in. So, where's the patient?
I'm doing my best to kind of fade into the background without using obfuscate.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be in the balcony.
No, I'm still in the room. I'm curious, but I don't want to be, noticed.
Point at the patient.
All right. So, what are we looking at?
Math.
Meth.
It's been, 24 hours or so since he last shot up?
Mm-hmm.
He's taking his blood pressure. Doing all the classic stuff. He's
Getting those right.
light in the eyes and
Hit him in the kneecap. Not because I need to, because I want to.
Is
Does this
a
tell
room
you
that he
medically?
can go
Nothing.
into?
I just like hitting patients with this hammer.
There's
gonna
plenty of rooms that you can choose from. Like bedrooms, just point at one guest bedroom.
Cool. Who wants to help carry him into a room?
Want to put in on it?
Feet.
That just, or like I can help.
All right.
I prefer feet above arms.
All right. Carrying some dead weight into the room now. Yeah. If you guys want to just give me a few minutes, I'll take a look at him and make sure he's okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. He's going to pick up the shirt that's laying on the... Is this his...
Yes.
Okay. He's probably not going to want to be in that. Actually, is there a trash bag that I could swipe?
Go near the fridge, open a drawer, give him how many do you need?
Well, he's got a vomit-covered shirt. I'm pretty sure I could fit an
Give him
entire
like
outfit.
give him like 3.
That
All right.
seems, that seems
And
accurate.
they're like the ones that smell nice.
Oh, God.
those.
They're the Glade Force Flex.
Scented trash bags, yeah.
That way you can associate the wonderful floral aroma with decaying garbage from the rest of the...
Yeah. So he's going to go in the room with the patient.
With the door open.
No, he's going to shut the door.
Please tell me there's a camera feed in there.
Of course. What do you think I am?
In the bedroom?
Slow to whip out your phone so we could observe.
Go literally to the panel next to the door. Click.
Oh.
Or why are we not to sleep over at yours?
I
Hey,
have terrible news about where you're probably staying today.
Why? It's only like, what, 11?
It's probably more along the lines pushing towards like 12:30, 1 o'clock now.
Okay. That's only what, 12?
About how far would could I conceivably say I am from my haven?
You could probably get home without an issue. It can't be any more than an hour. So
Checking what he's doing in the room.
he's giving him a medical exam. He puts on gloves. He cuts the guy's shirt off. He reaches into his bag, cleans him up a little bit, checks his pulse again, makes sure like he's breathing properly. Kind of lets him just like blank out, and
Just lets him be.
yeah, and probably towards the end of it, he will give him a shot of something. And then we'll sit there on the side of the bed, holding the guy's wrist, watching his watch for a few moments. And then he will give him one more shot. And then he will pull off his gloves, take the vomity shirt, put everything in a trash bag. He puts it in the trash bag,
Close it up, put it in a
pulls it till it's a little ball, twists it, folds it in on itself, twists it, folds it in on itself, and then ties a knot with the thing, and then shoves that in his bag. And then he'll probably take the other trash bags too. But after a couple of minutes of that, he will walk back out.
When it looks like he's on his way out, I move back over by the balcony.
Okay.
So it doesn't look like I was sitting there.
switch screens to outside in the lobby.
Mm-hmm.
Start walking on towards the bar.
I'm going to remain right where I am.
Okay. Doctor goes out, walks over to the bar, puts his bag down. So, prospective ghoul.
I start looking at you.
I just kind of
No,
now
that's
I'm using Sense the Beast on him.
that's. I do the very slow turn and look at this guy because
Yeah, just start with a bah, and then look at all the rest of you. Since the beast is resolve plus animalism versus composure plus subterfuge. One success.
Yeah. You're going to catch it. He's kindred.
Oh!
Or isn't this city full of surprises? Start pouring a martini. Well, sorry, gin.
Yes,
So I gave
potentially.
him a sedative
Sedative.
to calm his heart down because the kid's going to have a heart attack.
Thank you.
Don't thank you till you see the bill.
Start pulling out the checks. So, how much we owe you?
I don't know. How do we want to work that out? Is this a cash thing? Is it a boon thing? So what's going on? Like what is the situation where the Star Children of Portland have a meth addict in their a haven?
let's keep this casher currently.
You're young. You act like you have a choice.
Thank you for knowing.
It's cute. So what is your situation here?
Why are you looking at me?
No, I'm not looking at anybody. I'm still pouring. I pull down my check and put it on the counter. Start pouring my drink.
Yes. Perspective ghoul. Not yet, obviously.
You could, as my own personal medical opinion. Could probably use the blood to ease him off of the actual hardcore drugs that he's on. It's a method that I've used a few times in the past, and I've had great success with that.
What's your recommended dose for that?
Usually about a pint a month.
Pint a month.
If he's severely addicted, and it looks like he's been doing this for quite some time, considering his level of malnourishment, and the excessive bleeding of the gums, I would you might want to up that a little bit. There's really no such thing as too much that can physically hurt him when it comes to that, but they're a minimum once per month.
Okay.
About a pint.
A pint or pint and a half, since you said it increased the dosage a little bit.
You might want to go like every other week a pint.
Every other week. How much did you give him already?
That will highly increase the likelihood of a strict blood bond, though. Just letting you know that. And if you straight out do turn him into a ghoul, and he has a hard time fighting through that, keep in mind that whoever is the person who is his regnant at that point, he's probably going to pick up some of their gifts.
Okay, well, maybe a cup.
Okay, so you would need another
What was this doctor's name again?
Porter. He's got a name tag on his little white coat. This is W. Porter.
That's right. He likes Williams.
Just another thing to have a conversation with my sire.
What do you recommend for?
Okay, so you gave him about a cup. If
That was like
that was 2 days ago?
something like that.
What meals do you recommend for him for?
Meals?
Yeah.
Might want to go light.
Light.
Not to sound racist, but rice is probably a good idea for a while.
Rice,
Rice
chicken.
porridge?
So in other words, no Five Guys.
No.
Probably something a
not.
little drier than rice porridge. Something that he's going to have to keep down.
The white food diet for like when you've got allergies, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Pedialyte's a
hearing.
good thing.
Okay.
But you would literally be replacing one addiction with another. Just to let you know.
Yeah.
Of course, the other addiction tends to get you a house and a good car, where the one that he has now tends to make you lose your house and your teeth.
I mean,
Like, yeah.
We'll take the house and car, thank you.
but short answer to your previous question. He's here because he's a bargaining chip.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
And
Are we paying with information now?
Seems like it. We switch from cash to information.
Or are we just giving that away?
I have a different question then that maybe can balance that a bit.
Sure.
It's unconnected to this, but how common are auditory hallucinations amongst our kind?
Depends on our kind. Are you suffering from...
I don't know, I heard something real freaking weird and I'm a little freaked out.
Was it asking you to do anything?
No, it was being real mean.
Okay.
Did
What
it say
did he
anything
say?
about fire?
Yeah, explain. I might be able to give you a good answer, but explain.
I couldn't...
Was it telling you to do things, and then when you didn't listen, it decided to start really digging in on your faults?
More I goofed and it started digging in on my...
familiar voice in the back of your head.
Do you have a
Not
scrap piece of
familiar,
paper?
that's...
Do you know your sire?
What's up?
Scrap piece of paper. One thing I did not bring with me because I wasn't thinking I needed it.
I should start doing that, yeah.
That voice you hear is the voice of your sire. Not your sire specifically. Now, most kindred are not going to want to tell you this. In fact, I know kindred who have existed for decades and refuse to admit that this is a thing. But when your sire created you, they put a little bit of blood in your mouth, putting a little bit of themselves into you. It's not necessarily your sire telling you those things, but it does take the voice of your sire. I have also seen that switch to other voices over time. But that is your beast trying to push you down the wrong path. We all have it, regardless of the fact if anybody wants to say we do or not. But anytime that any of us is like that close to losing ourselves, we hear that voice. But it's different for us all.
Okay.
So auditory hallucinations? That's not what that is. It's your blood boiling up.
It's
So really I'm hearing voices,
for me?
but they're
They
real
can go to
voices,
both
not
of you.
Is this making the rounds?
other...
Okay.
well,
You need to
Not the... Of course that makes sense.
I don't understand why this isn't common, just things that people tell their child. I just don't. I don't understand it.
Read it.
And then keep it away from storytellers. Suspicious. It's not like he isn't holding all the cards anyway.
He has the cards and the deck stacked hard.
You can ask these questions to Rose.
I haven't had the chance to ask anybody since I heard it. It's been a crazy bit.
Oh, you're fresh.
Yes.
Okay.
Shared dreams. Is that also a thing?
I've heard rumor. Speaking of Rose, actually, she might be able to answer questions on that.
Okay.
Because she told me something a while ago that sounds a little familiar. The idea of sharing dreams. Sharing a mass hallucination type thing. You might want to ask her.
Cool. Okay. Well, it's nice to know that apparently hearing that is for a given value of normal. The shared dreams, no. The auditory hallucinations,
Yeah.
yes.
No, every kindred is going to have those. And
Okay.
if they say they don't, they're lying.
Yeah, it's so clear as new. Thank you.
Yeah. How's the cleanup of Old Town working?
Oh, we need to go talk to so-and-so.
yep, we do.
We still got enough time. We know where we can find her, so... It's going. Every rock we turn over, we find more stuff that has to be cleaned up.
Typically how that works.
Yeah. It's just like every mess. Yeah. It always
It's like the Hydra. Cut off a head, 2 more come out.
Oh no, more. You ever clean your house and it looked like an absolute wreck before it's done? Yeah. Oh, that's right. Been true. You've got
You don't
this
clean your house
place. You
yourself.
don't have a. You're
That's
not
all
cleaning this place.
If you find that you need to have him contained and work out his issues, I can make a call at the psych ward. Have him committed for a little while.
We'll bear that in mind.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just next time, call me directly, and he'll give you a card.
Pass it to. On.
He already passes.
You got this
May I have
direct
an extra,
number.
please?
Yeah, he'll put down 4.
Put him in the wall.
Add it to my collection of business cards. I've got a bunch of phone numbers. None of them are mine.
So just to let you all know that I am in the running for the permissionship for Malkavian.
Oh.
So that's where I heard that name.
Okay.
So, and no, I'm not part of your sire's or mentor's little club, but might be working with them pretty soon because they are doing well, depending on how your endeavor goes.
Yes, that's good to hear.
Somebody baking brownies.
Well, look forward to working with you more. Hopefully not in these sorts of situations.
Why else would you come to a Malkavian? It's usually these situations.
Lots of reasons. I don't. Info usually, right?
Sure. Sure. The Nosferatu says you go to the Malkavian for info. That's
Depends on the info you're looking for.
yeah, I guess you're right. All right.
All right, thank you. Every other pint, every other week. Be
It's
careful
a good idea.
and be careful.
If you're trying to, first off, getting a human to drink blood is not usually the easiest thing in the world, unless they know, and they know what they're getting into. Keep that in mind. Breaking the masquerade for his sake might not be worth it to you. Especially since this person is addicted to something and they're easily swayed to get one thing or another. However, if you can get him to drink it and you are trying to avoid the concept of the blood bond altogether, which I don't think that's a good idea, I think you should just freaking bond the hell out of him. You could always switch it up from time to time. One person does it one week, one person does it the next week, kind of thing.
That would be enough to get him over without really.
Don't know. Meth's a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
That's why the Germans gave it to their soldiers in World War II. Mixed in the chocolate.
Meth and cocaine mixed together. That's genius.
It's called cometh.
It's called No.
It's called no. Alright, if there's not anything else, I will leave you and your drug addict to yourselves.
No, thank you very much.
Hmm.
You.
Turn and walk away.
As soon as he enters the elevator and I close the door, didn't have to pay for shit.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you're going to get a bill in the mail.
Oh, I'm probably gonna get one.
Oh yeah, you'll get a text right now that says yet.
See, and this is why Clan Nosferatu and Clan Malkavian sometimes swap info. He heard that from here.
So you swap puzzles? You swap puzzles?
Yes. Of course you swap puzzles. You get other eyes on it. Can't figure something out, you get somebody else to look at the problem.
Alright. So
if they're coming at it from a completely different angle, sometimes they really see something weird.
we need to go see
Teeny.
Teeny. I wanted to say Tinia for a second, and I knew that.
Yay! Let's do that.
Another cameo.
Fist of Cain. Fist of Cain all around.
Never arrives late.
Just line them up so you only have to do it once.
That's a heck of a bracelet.
Oh my gosh. Oh
So
gosh,
we
no,
need to-
I'm not even touching that.
We need to go see Teeny. We need to keep. Is there any way that you can lock that door where he can't come out?
Yes.
Well, I mean,
You do realize there's still a balcony in there, right?
I'm babysitting, aren't I?
I mean, you're getting a bonus.
he seemed pretty out of it, and the doc did say he gave him a sedative.
Mm-hmm.
You might need to hire another guy specifically for babysitting, because otherwise I have a feeling that Cecilia...
I mean, I'm staying here for a while.
Oh, you're not coming to talk to Teeny? About her Tupper, her dude?
Oh, right, Tucker.
Yeah. That's why we're talking to Teeny.
It would be best to have as many of us present as possible, perhaps, in case it becomes acrimonious.
Fine, I guess. Give me 30 minutes. And I'll meet you guys downstairs.
I'm not waiting downstairs for 30 minutes. I tend to get run out of places when I do that.
By the time you get down there, it's probably been like 20.
What elevators are you got installed in this building?
It does not take 10 minutes to get to the ground floor.
They don't need to know.
Like I said, that's what...
Remotely
That's
press every single button.
Wow.
Remotely press every single button in
You're
the elevator.
Dick. So should we time jump to teenies, or does everybody have something?
I'm gonna
they
take a
need?
shower, get changed into a better and cleaner outfit.
So, is this the first time that your characters have ever been to teenies? I think it is.
Yes.
I think it is.
I may have when I was human, but not since I've been a vampire.
You're entering the Pearl District. And it's the... Pearl District is interesting. It's primarily warehouses that have townhouse facades. They're nice houses, but when you go inside of them, they're just like people have turned these warehouses into homes. There's also several businesses. Teenies, for one, aside from the mass amount of graffiti, and it's highly artistic graffiti, like somebody has possibly professionally done this stuff.
They hired somebody to do this.
Probably, yeah. They hired it to look like it was done impulsively. Teenies is effectively just a big square cinder block building with a big pink neon sign that says Teenies with two clinking martini glasses. Now, it is very late. Teenies is closed. As in, there's no line or anything like that. There's also, by the time that you're getting down there, there's a few people trickling out of another area that's across the street from Teenies and down an alley. But Teenies itself looks pretty quiet itself.
Who wants to knock?
It's a very large metal door. And classic eye slit.
Speakeasy. Speakeasy style.
Password.
You can see a set of just eyes staring back at you from the dark. What do you want?
I'd like to talk to Teeny.
Who's asking?
Adrian. Cash. 2 dots fame.
You that gun guy?
Yes, I am.
Sorry, what business do you have with Teeny?
I need to talk with her about an associate of hers.
Hold on. Clang.
I knew you looked familiar. I just couldn't remember what poster it was.
Yeah, you spend a lot of time in the sewer.
I couldn't. Look, I just knew I'd seen you on some poster. I couldn't remember if it was a history book or a modern one.
Across the street, as the trickling of people is dying down, there's one more person who comes out, grabs the sandwich board sign that's sitting outside, but just kind of like, when she notices you guys, she just kind of stops, leans against the wall, lights up a cigarette. It's this kind of a short, maybe about your size, tall, blonde girl with dreads who's just watching everything that's going on.
Kind of watching back, noticing she's looking at us.
Yeah, she's not being discreet. She's just
What's the
staring.
description we were giving him?
About my height, blonde dreads. Blonde girl with dreads. Oh, no.
No.
The description of Teeny?
Yeah.
What was the description we were given of Teeny?
I don't think you've
Asian.
ever been given a description.
I don't think we were
I
given
thought
a,
we were
a
given-
look.
Your characters
No.
had never gotten a description of
Yeah,
you.
we just...
I thought when we did see Rose,
She said that she was a young girl and a thin blood.
okay. I thought for some reason we had more of a description of.
I mean, I'm going to end up listening to these later, and if I'm wrong, I apologize, but I don't remember giving a description.
Yeah, I
Because I
don't...
don't think Rose has ever really met Teeny, so
I'm gonna give her away.
she just kind of nods.
I'm curious. Since the beast. Let's see what we get.
Go for it.
1 success.
1 success? I mean, yeah, I have to throw a...
Yeah.
You have to throw against, don't you?
Yeah.
I always forget.
The against would be
Result or a
composure and
plus
subterfuge.
You lose. I'll roll.
I'm sure, yeah, because all I got was I'm only rolling 3 dice.
Here comes the botch.
Yeah, this will be the botch.
You never know, dude.
That'll be funny.
Or you only get 1
It
success.
happens.
Yeah, no. You ain't getting this.
Yeah.
You can't get a read on her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Door swings
I know
open.
I'm not real good at it, so.
Door swings open. It's pretty tall. Who's who's the tallest out of all of you guys? Probably Fearman.
Yeah, how tall is Fearman?
No, gosh, I don't think that's
That
on
actor
the
is
sheet,
pretty
but he's
tall. That actor is pretty tall. He's maybe an inch or two above Fearman, and he's wearing a black T-shirt with a little patch over the front that says Teeny's Security.
Not in duct tape.
Not in duct tape. Really?
I will never die!
I had 2 NPC security guards who had security written on them and Sharpie on duct tape on their T-shirts.
It's been a running joke ever since.
But yeah, really big, tall.
What have you just Googled for making those faces?
Younger black guy. All right, all of you.
Yeah.
All right. I like your show. I want to put that out there. Don't start shit. That's all I have to say. Just don't start shit, please. It's late. I'm tired. I don't want to hurt anybody. And he lets you guys go in. As you guys are walking in, the girl like puts her cigarette out and heads back down the alley. When you guys walk in, this is a very large warehouse converted into a nightclub. The dance floor, which is a whole bunch of pastel lit squares that blinks, is going all over the place. There's still remnants of what looks like soap suds swept off to the side. Maybe a lingering bubble.
So it's that kind of night tonight.
It's always that kind of night tonight. There's a whole network of catwalks, dancing cages. There are several
Laser designs on the floor.
Yeah. The music is off though, so it's really awkward. But there's girls counting tips who are wearing really short skirt, like vinyl rubber clothing. Bartenders cleaning up after themselves, and after a very long night, maybe one or two people who are passed out in booths.
Classic closing time.
Yeah, pretty much, except just dead silent, except for like your footsteps is really all you hear, except for the clanking on metal of footsteps as a young Asian girl is coming around coming down a spiral staircase from up top, from what looks like a big mirrored box built into the ceiling. You guys looking for me?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Lucky me.
Well, we'll see. You know Tupper?
Do I know Tupper? I know of a Tupper.
So
Need to have a conversation about him.
I need to have a conversation with a Tupper?
no, we would like to have a conversation with you about Tupper.
Okay.
Private conversation.
She looks towards the booths, towards the people who are passed out, and she looks towards the big guy, and he's like, okay. Just checking. Anyway. Alright, do you guys need anything, drinks, or anything like that?
I'm good.
I'm good at the moment, thank you, though.
Cool. Mike, can you bring me a drink, then? And she's gonna... As she's walking back towards the spiral staircase that she wants you guys to follow her up, she reaches down and pulls off her high heels as she's walking, just kind of leaving them on the floor as she goes. And she's significantly even smaller as she is heading up the stairs.
Jazz tends to stand hunched, and she's still shorter than her.
Yes. You guys follow her up? Okay. When you guys get up to the mirrored box, the spiral staircase goes directly into the floor of it, with like a kind of like a retractable like panel,
Almost like camera lens.
Actually, it's very very similar to a camera lens, where the top center pole of the spiral staircase has these triangular wedges of metal plate that just kind of like folds in on itself.
That's cool.
And I don't know why I think of these weird little details. Anyway, but she invites you in, and aside from the fact that there's just like maybe a dozen or two posters of local bands that are all framed and meticulously placed on all the walls, and a couple of what look like gold records and things like that. It feels like you've just walked into like a music producer's office. There's a big desk, there's a leather couch, it's just all the trappings of, hey, look, serious business when you walk in. And it's not hard to get in, And as you guys file in one at a time, there's ample enough seating for everybody. Hell, there's even a small-ish board-looking table that's in here with chairs. But when you guys all walk in, she's gonna like plop up on the desk. She has to hop up to get up there. So, Tupper.
We haven't properly introduced ourselves.
Okay. I'm Teeny.
I'm Jasmine.
Martina, actually, if you want to go by it, but Teeny, it's fine. Jasmine.
Thomas.
Firmin.
Adrian.
Adrian, Firmin, Thomas.
Probably as soon as I mentioned my name, she would actually recognize me as well. Fame of 2 as well.
Oh yeah, because you probably
The
sell
gin,
gin to
yeah.
this place.
I would say if you gave her last name, maybe. Not many people
She'd
know.
probably know your company more
Yeah.
than you.
Unless you put your face on the bottles.
Unless you put your face on the bottles.
Not really, no.
No? Then, yeah, first name, she's probably not going to catch you right off the bat.
I get you.
Okay. You can definitely use that fame on her, but you do have to get the ball rolling.
We're been put in charge of the Old Town.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh! You're the coterie that has been driving the Anarchs insane. Bravo.
Yeah, Justice is like, we have? So she's not saying that, though.
They, for the longest time, have considered your territory their territory.
Oh, joy.
That's funny. It's okay. I've been in the same boat multiple times.
All right.
Same group.
So the short of it, we found Tupper.
We're trying to clean the area up. Let's preface it with that.
Yeah, we're trying to clean the area up. Tupper is.
She looks at the clock. She's like, "Look, I've got an 11 a.m. yoga. So, what is the actual short of it?"
Short of it, Tupper is an issue. He's in our territory.
He's making drugs and selling them. It's bringing down, causing issues. He's a thin blood, though. He's one of yours.
So he's my responsibility.
More, you have ended up speaking for the thin bloods a lot, or being the
Right.
thin blood everybody knows. We don't want to cause issues between us.
Is this a cam ultimatum or something?
No, this is us wanting to know if you want to handle it or if you're okay with us handling it.
Well put.
How do you plan on handling it? Because he's a scruffy little street rat. I don't really deal with gutter punks very often, so...
I very much doubt it would be a kind word and a bundle of flowers.
We're somewhat split opinions on how to handle it.
That's going to make things interesting. The last time there were split opinions, part of the city was on fire. And I got shot.
Oh, yeah. It's more of a question of whether, if we were to handle it, would you care?
Would you take it amiss?
Are you offending me if
Yes,
you
yes.
dispatch a thin blood?
Well, because we all know how it is. You have one of your group that you may not like them, but somebody from an outside group comes and kicks them around, you have to answer for that. So we wanted to
You
run
guys can hear the footsteps up the ladder, or up the staircase. Eventually, Mike's head pops up. He's got that drink teeny.
Oh.
Everything goes silent when I walk in the room. He just walks over.
That's between him and Teeny.
He just walks over and hands her a martini glass that has a very thick red liquid in it. I'll be downstairs.
Yeah.
Actually, Mike, come here. All right, so this is the Cam Coterie that has Old Town. And he just kind of looks at you guys. He's like, you guys, you're the Chinatown group. Okay. And apparently there is a Duskborn who is up to no good in their area. And they want to know if I'm going to be offended if they handle the situation themselves.
Or if you'd prefer to tackle it through your own avenues.
Well, Mike's actually just going to walk over to the couch and sit down. He's very interested. He sits forward and he's listening to this whole thing. This is actually a very difficult thought on my end because, what is the proper political action to do? Would the Camarilla favor if I decided that I would help or just let you do? What exactly is that? Now, it's also on your territory, which means you guys have the right to do whatever you guys want. I appreciate the fact that, considering the fact that you guys think it's my concern that you've come to get my opinion on it, but by your own laws, he is disrupting your domain. Now, I'm not 100% versed in the traditions. I do understand domain is a thing and you guys have rights. But I do understand that destruction specifically states that only the prince has the right. So, how exactly do you plan on handling Tupper?
One doesn't have to destroy a nuisance. You can always shove a bar stool leg through it and then put it in front of the prince for his decision.
So, capture and deliver.
It's one of a number of possible scenarios.
Okay.
On the other hand, if he was simply to leave and never return, we wouldn't have any real impetus to take any action, I don't think.
Okay.
Am I correct in this?
If he was no longer in the domain, then we would have no reason to pursue. And a less savory option that was briefly broached was setting him up in a proper facility and he pay tribute.
So you guys become the kindred meth lords of Portland?
I do think the long-term returns on that would be
Diminishing.
negative.
Too bad.
Like I said, it was...
Well, you all seem moral. Almost.
Look, I can't say that the thought of hiring him didn't cross my mind, but that seems like a really bad idea.
Okay. That is interesting.
But again, it's almost a matter of etiquette, I guess, we're looking at.
Okay.
It's why we're speaking with you. Make sure that...
I am assuming that if you bring him to King...
Oh, that would go well.
Oh?
For him.
Well, I would assume that if they are considering my opinion, that King would reach out to me. Can I assume correct on this?
I don't know.
Okay. If he did, I wonder what his thought process would be. Would he ask me what I think should happen with the situation? In which case, the question is, do I support the actions of this coterie in their domain, but against my clan? I don't care what you do with them. I run a clean business. I try to keep drugs out of here as much as I possibly can. Sometimes that does not work well. And I don't like the way that Tupper is distilling. That being said, you need to be aware that Tupper does practice alchemy. And that can be a very dangerous thing to have to deal with for young ones specifically.
Details?
He's, from what I understand, using his alchemy to create drugs, which is creating a hyper addictive substance.
Is that the pink meth?
Yes,
Joy.
the pink meth. There's a lot of thin bloods out there who are just trying to make their way, and unfortunately they're falling into the wrong way of doing things.
That's all kinds of bad trouble.
Mm-hmm. Considering the fact that in most Camarilla cities, if a thin blood walks in, they're killed on sight.
Rose mentioned something about that.
Seems like a bit of a drastic way to operate. Don't you? Don't we all think?
Yeah, no, that's...
Well, cryptic prophecies and such.
All right, then.
Are you unaware of why they kill us?
Is it possibly being the apocalypse with you?
She just smiles and nods.
Or superstition?
There's even a book that got printed years ago, like in human circles, about the fact that the thin bloods would rise up and destroy the elders.
But you're not behind everybody going east.
Oh, the beckoning?
Well, you
No, we
destroyed
have-
the elders, isn't
We
it?
have nothing to do with that.
Yeah, exactly. It is destroying the elders, but you don't have anything. I don't. Sounds like they got a prophecy sideways in there somewhere.
Well, the prophecy only says that after we show up, things would happen. It does not say that we're the ones doing anything. It's just
So
a
you're
really
a
bad
sign
game
important like birds flying backwards. It's, okay,
I
and
would love to see that.
I mean, technically, hummingbirds do it.
That's true. They don't count as birds, they're bugs.
Hummingbirds is bugs.
Hummingbirds is bugs. They fly like dragonflies. Hummingbirds is bugs. Look,
Anyways, you're
Anyway.
getting sidetracked.
I have 4 copies. So, don't let the prince catch you with this. They'll kill him.
look who?
They'll kill you.
I feel that I need to check a thing about a certain thing about Nosferatu. Clan compulsion.
Okay, she's giving it to you.
I know exactly, but still like going, oh, that's something that needs to be kept secret.
Go ahead, roll your compulsion.
Yeah, I don't know what I rolled for that. So
Composure plus resolve. Composure plus resolve to see if you decide to pocket the thing in front of your coterie. And
Oh no, it's
they
just more of a
didn't-
general. Look, it's the obsession with secrets, you know. So that's not necessarily keeping that secret, but I've just been handed a secret. I need to investigate this. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
I think you're fine.
I think all right. Yeah, but it's pretty much so.
He's just gonna push it away.
That's the big bad look that causes all the problems. That copy,
Might have been somebody did too many shrooms.
that copy was given to me after a friend of mine found it at a flea market. I have a copy that was bought offline.
It's the
Huh.
biggest fucking masquerade breach I've ever heard.
I think it was in 1997 when it just started showing up in all the bookstores.
That sounds remarkably Malkavian.
Well, from the research I've been able to do, a Malkavian wrote it.
Ah,
That makes sense.
Or at least a Malkavian compiled it.
Oh, it's illustrated.
Yeah. It's an interesting read. It's a little boring towards the middle.
It reminds me a little bit of the Begats. Oh, you know, the really boring section of Leviticus where it's the so-and-so begat this other guy. And
Mm-hmm. Luckily, there's not enough generations in there to actually talk about that. But yeah, have at, have fun.
although if it devoted the same kind of attention and space as Leviticus does, everyone would know their generation.
That's probably true.
Yeah. No, especially if documented as thoroughly as...
According to Camarilla, mine's dirt.
Wouldn't that just be your status?
What's the difference?
I'm not sure.
Neither am I. There are a lot of thin bloods in Oregon. A lot. Not just Portland. In Oregon in general. There's a guy in the north of the state who has an entire farm area. Just thin bloods. That's where they camp out. It's run by a guy named E and a girl named Lily. Good people.
Good for them.
They want to keep things quiet. I'm a city girl. Just be careful with that. No strings attached, by the way.
I'm unsure if I should say thank you considering the danger you warned me of.
Oh yeah, don't get caught with it. Of course, you could also add that to your don't get caught with fangs, don't get caught with the fact that you drink blood, don't get caught with the fact that you have disciplines. So I don't think I'm really adding much on there. I
All
don't
right.
care how you handle him.
Okay.
And if I get called in to give my 2 cents, I will say that he was trespassing, and I don't condone the thin bloods who are under my control to do the things that he's doing. But thank you for coming to me. I do appreciate that.
Trying to make good neighbors.
Well, I think we need to go
Just
from
kind of...
there.
It's just a book.
To the book. She's curious! You have
No, when she sees you doing that, she's like, it's
Like, so
just
she's
a
just
book.
kind of like, I've done too much talking here.
It's not an
Just
ancient
It's
here's-
not like you
stone.
hold the
It
original
was-
Bible.
Yeah,
It
no,
was
but it's more,
printed
it's more she's, Jazz is going, I've done too much talking, there's a lot of focus on it. I'm going to take my book and disappear now. So, it's less, I have a secret and more, everybody's looking at me. So,
Because you're doing weird stuff.
alright. Anybody else have anything to say?
Yeah. Anything else?
Like, I
It's
said,
like I
Jazz has
said-
hit her peopling level.
Because like I said, 11 a.m. yoga, and I'd like to sleep before that.
Oh my god, 12 hours to prepare for my yoga.
Well, it's like pushing 3 o'clock in the morning in games.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough.
No, I think that will cover it.
Do you happen to know where he is right now? We need to go have a chat.
Topper, I don't keep track of him.
Worth an ask. Thank you.
I check his lascivious drug den.
I don't know that we have time to do that tonight.
Sun comes up soon.
Time skip.
Do a drive-by look. Not a drive-by shooting, but a drive-by look.
I got you now, son.
It's a great idea. You guys should definitely drive really slow through a bad neighborhood in front of a meth house.
What? All they're going to think is that you're there to buy.
True.
Alright, so
Yes. No,
I'm-
no.
Roll up to the speaker. Would like
going.
3 baggies combo.
So you guys leave Teeny's?
Yes.
Okay. Where are you heading after Teeny's?
So it says about 3 a.m.
Probably about that, yeah.
Okay,
You have a couple hours before dawn.
maybe 2.
Let's find out, shall we? 2 is a couple. God damn it.
It's the minimum for a couple.
No, that's a
The
couple.
exact value.
Couple is 2. A few is 3
Or more.
to 5. Several is 6.
Or more.
6 to 12. 12 is a dozen.
20 is
How
a
many is
score.
some?
Some doesn't really have a...
Some fits between few and several.
I love how you can just type in the word sun. It's like, rise, Portland, Oregon. 5:30 in the morning. So you have about 2
2.5
hours.
hours. Yeah, 2
To
hours.
talk about how are we going to find Tucker?
Well, we
And
know
what
where
are
he
we
was.
going to do with him when we get him?
We know where
we know
he
where
was.
he was. We don't know where he is.
Well, it's only been 2 nights.
Do we want to go check?
3 nights?
Considering that there were a few dead bodies left on his doorstep, he may have moved
Or
That's not true. You guys shoved them. Or they were shoved in a car.
on his doorstep.
And when the sun came up, eventually the smell would start.
Like I said, just ride by, see if any of those same cars are still in the driveway, and
So when you guys leave, it's just
Oh, yeah.
a dead street.
What's the business in front that
Speaking
the
of
girl with the
drive-bys.
dreads was pulling a sign in for?
There's a
Have you ever considered
There's-
how ludicrous it would be to harass a vampire that way? Just every couple of days, just drive by and shoot him full of holes with no intention of killing him. Just shoot him full of holes and leave. And then just come back the next night and you shoot him some more.
It's like loosening their pipes while they're sleeping.
Terribly irritating.
Anyway, there's an alley
Very hard for them to explain.
across the street from Teeny's. It's kind of like
Yo, Tupper got
if you
shot.
walk out, it's like
Again?
slightly off to the right across the street. It's a.
Because she was pulling in a sandwich board.
Have you been downtown Fort Myers?
Yeah.
Cool.
Not lately, but I have been.
Have you been in Patio de Leon?
Yep.
De Leon? Do you know where 1537 is?
Is that the one down the weird little alleyway that's occasionally a flea market? Selling weird art and books and stuff?
Maybe. Patio de Leon itself, the area that has like the alligator fountain and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Okay, when you're walking towards First Street in Patio de Leon, to the left, one of the last businesses in the patio itself has like it's Club 15. Yeah, it's
Is
Club,
that with all the blue tile and stuff?
with the blue tiles, and it's got like the Arabian
yeah,
style.
the hookah
Yeah.
lounge.
Yes, that's what you're walking past. It's a
Okay.
hookah lounge.
That's the sign she was pulling in as a hookah lounge. Okay.
Anyway, yes, it's a hookah lounge.
Additional question: have I seen this girl with the dreads before?
You've never seen this girl with the
Okay. So she was not our other mystery person.
Not in this iteration of the game. You have no.
Yeah. Out of character, I know who she is.
When you walk down the alley, though, very heavily scented air when you come through here. Lots and lots of different types. Clove, strawberry, cherry. It's obnoxious.
I'm glad I don't have heightened senses up.
And the door to the hookah lounge is open. So it's closed, obviously, but the door is open physically.
I'm gonna poke my head in. Just because the door's open, but nobody's home, like, have they been broken into? Did they forget to lock the door?
No, that girl is there with a little basket of cleaning stuff, and she's like cleaning out. There's actually there'd be a different girl who's cleaning the insides of the hookahs, like getting all the soot out and stuff, making sure they're clean.
Okay.
The other one is the girl that you saw is sitting at the bar.
Yeah, like I said, I just kind of poke my head,
Mm-hmm.
look around.
It's an interesting place.
Cool architecture.
Yeah, it's lots of heavy cushions that are just holding on to all of the scent.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of haze in the air from.
I imagine you guys are still walking, so you're either about to run into Jess or you are about to leave her behind.
You guys follow her down the alley?
Exploration time, I guess.
Well, that's just like, they left the door open, and kind of has already wandered off.
I'm nosy.
I mean, not no.
Just kind of thumbs up, and
As you're poking your head in, looking around, the girl at the bar just says, "This place is owned by the Anarchs."
understood.
It's not a threat. I'm just letting you know.
Good for you.
Oh,
Also,
She said
Okay.
answer your question from
Whatever.
last session.
Not
As an
territory,
actual
I don't
sheriff badge
For Portland.
for the county.
Oh, okay,
Portland's
cool.
in.
There you go. So yeah, Star Circle Sheriff.
oh, cool.
Swivel around on the bar. What's up?
No, I just saw the door was open, making just,
Yo, Jazz, you getting left behind?
I'm
Cotery's looking for you, Candy.
just want to make sure that it didn't, get kicked in or something. I don't know.
Nope.
Cool. Just gonna disappear again. Apparently, that's an anarch bar. That's what I said when I checked up.
Not my territory, not my problem.
But if we ever need to talk to some anarchs, we know where to find them now.
But we can hope.
Only one can help.
She didn't. She said it wasn't a threat, saying it was an anarch bar. So
It's going down.
That's
Thanks
good.
God. Yeah, no, we're up to like 300.
yeah, that's.
I'm like, at least it's not. No, it's not the candy that will make it go up. So
So where to now?
We got 2 hours before.
we get 2 hours to kill him. Thin blood.
I don't think we're gonna get him kill him tonight.
Times.
Again, point out. D is for destruction. Prince only. We ain't killing him.
Even
On the other hand, he's a thin blood.
And
D
the
is
other-
for dirt.
No.
We could probably get away with it if necessary.
On the other hand, A is for accidents happen.
What was the phrase? My dearest dad something.
My dad pays hookers all dimes.
That.
Such a interesting
Ooh,
mnemonic.
I felt that one.
Yeah.
Are you laughing about the hooker thing?
It's
Every
helpful for
time.
It's helpful for remembering the.
the traditions.
Yes. My dad pays hookers all dimes. Now I can't remember where any of them go to anymore. Yay!
That's the same thing.
Well, you just know your dad's cheap.
I don't think we have enough time left tonight to deal with Tupper. What I do think we have time to do is
Go
one,
check on the kid.
check on the kid, check on the museum, and on the way to check on the museum, I can swing by and drive past Tupper's and see if the car.
See if there's still people there. Or if the place looks deserted, it's deserted.
What's your vehicle again?
The pickup truck.
The night,
Pickup?
yeah, the late 50s, early 60s looking pickup.
What kind of condition's it in?
Shiny.
Kind of shiny.
It could still probably pass.
It's a good condition classic truck.
So, check on museum. Check on crack house. And whatever else is going on in there.
Okay, how are you guys all doing this?
Did
Do you
we
want to go check out on the kid?
did we want
Well,
to
you checked in.
ask Rose about
Done
shared
cameras
dreams?
all throughout your dwelling.
You gonna give me the keys to your penthouse?
Hell no.
May as well make use of them. See.
Pull up the cameras, checking on them.
He's out. He's out. Your ghoul is just sitting there watching TV.
You.
Your ghoul's probably passed out
He's snoring too.
in the chair with the TV on, truthfully, but like, they're both passed out.
You. They're fine.
Did we want to ask Rose about shared dreams? Because apparently she might know something about that.
If we tell those, like, what you guys have you been doing? Yeah. That's the questions gonna pop up. Is like, what have you guys been doing for that to pop up?
Havening together.
Where? I ain't telling my we went to Grandpappy Loogie.
Wait, isn't that a whole? Wait a second, hang on. He mentioned, was it the gosh,
Or are you trying to pull? He's like, hey Rose, do you remember me?
no, the Prince of Portland in the 1800s. What was his name again?
He introduced himself as Joseph Barrett.
Barrett. That's right, Barrett's Privateers. It's a sea shanty. I have it stuck in my head now. The dude in armor was complaining about him quite loudly and saying that it was his child. Cool. Met James. Did I have? I'm sorry. I'm trying to put together the family tree, because and which parts I know and which parts Jas overheard.
You're finally putting together the family tree, which is the name of this game. Fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Because she's met Mason. She's aware of Mason's sire being Merrick.
Mm-hmm. Who?
I'm not sure if she met James, who I'm not sure she heard the last name being Merrick. I think she may have.
You passed the Merrick Gold Trust.
Yes,
but
that's
you
right.
knew him as
James. I'm not sure if she would know if... I'm not sure I know if Barrett is his sire.
Be a wits plus insight.
Wits plus insight. 2, 3, 4.
Piecing the puzzles together.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes.
That was a very sire-child relationship.
Okay, that makes sense. You're Mason's second cousin.
And
Yeah, how come?
once again, and
You're from the black sheep of the family line.
and
Huh, that explains a lot.
Such as
Still not making a point.
Conjunctions.
So,
you're still not making a point where
Well,
we're
you're
supposed
gonna
to
get all obsessed with kindred genealogy. You're gonna sit there with fucking notebooks of like, this person's related to this person in this way.
Oh, just you watch. I have broken out the red string for other games. Yeah, no, dude in armor.
Mm-hmm.
Who I don't think I ever caught his name.
Mm-mm.
You heard once or twice someone calling him the voivode.
I'm not sure I ever caught his name because I don't know if that word is a title or an actual name. But it's not, anything preceded by the is not a name.
Everything you've been saying right now, Rose is gonna say, "The fuck have you guys been doing?" That's all the answer I can think of right now that she's gonna say.
Yeah, well, your grandsire.
Once again, what this has to do with what we're gonna be doing, or what we need to do right now. I'm just curious, like, what does it have to do with
Well,
it?
how much of this were you aware of before last night?
That I cared about?
How much of this were you aware of before last night?
Once again, that I cared about? Not
I don't
really.
think you understand, because one of the things that I'm vaguely aware of about Ventru is they're obsessed with their family trees. And if you've not been being told this, why?
Is your car open by any chance?
No.
Can you open the car, please, and thank you? I want to move away from this conversation.
It's a very interesting topic, though.
Because his grandsire and the prince of the city of the time are siblings. Which makes this Merrick fella, who I don't know much about really, vaguely bits and bobs, and his sire, cousins, which makes him and Mason second cousins. Which might explain why Mason is reacting to you the way he is. If he knows you're from the black sheep of the family's tree.
Your point being...
My point being is maybe you should know something about it so you can redeem your family name. Jeez Louise.
I'm related to a hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I want to redeem that part? Fuck him.
Because you're stuck in it.
I'm my own person. Fuck them.
Do the Ventru see that way?
I see it that way. Fuck.
Do the
whoever
Camarilla see that way when we're here trying to make our sires look good?
Let's do that.
Yeah, knowing what kind of nonsense you're mired in is a good start. You're mired in nonsense that your grandsire was a hunter.
Okay. He was a hunter. He did almost kill me if we count this what happened real.
Yeah.
So we're gonna check out the museum.
Yeah, let's go check out the museum.
We're killing time, people.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
It's a... Apparently it's all connected.
I still haven't lost my human values. Is I'm my own person. They're technically, by one minimal amount of blood, we're technically related. Technically, by a technicality.
If what Dr. Porter is saying is true, just wait till you do something real stupid and you'll have somebody yelling in your head, that in your own voice. Because that's what I heard. And it was uncomfortable. You tell me how much blood don't matter.
I'm pretty sure Thomas has at least had a close call with a frenzy by now. And you've had your sire's voice in your head telling you to kill and telling you that you're failing at things.
And if you're as old as you say you are,
Mm-hmm. Go on. I'm listening. Go
I feel like you have a better...
Continue, I'm listening.
If you're as old as you say, I feel you should have a better grasp on the situation.
Once again, I don't care.
He's a terrible Ventro.
Goes over to the truck, gets in, starts the engine.
Climbed into the bed of the truck.
We're leaving him without the... unable to get into the Mini.
There's 3 seats in
That's
the
true.
truck.
You're just leaving the Mini downtown?
Yes.
I'm coming into the truck.
Downtown, they could get vandalized. No.
No.
You guys are in the
Pearl District.
Oh, the Pearl
It's
District.
going to be fine. Might get towed,
It's
but
a
it'll be
block
fine.
from your house. Is that really the worst neighborhood?
Pearl District?
I mean, it's Portland.
No, it was just like block. Maybe like 2 or 3.
No, I parked it
Oh,
a
yeah.
block from his penthouse.
Oh,
Oh, that's right. Your car's not there. Okay.
Nope.
so all 3 of us in the cab of the truck.
Okay, you're driving, so where are you going?
Fairman invisible in the back.
We're gonna
I'm
head
not
to
violating the seatbelt law. I'm invisible.
we're gonna head to the museum but as we're going there, I'm gonna drive past Tupper's place.
Okay. It is a little bit out of the way, but you'd be able to get there. At this time, it's probably pretty quiet. You don't really see all of the cars that were parked in the empty lot that there was before. It's just a ramshackled old rundown house at the moment. Do you do anything about it, or...
Do any of the cars that are currently there look familiar from the other night?
I'm not sure if there would be any cars there right now. Like I said, that the lot next door is completely empty, and that's where all those cars were.
Okay. In that case, we're gonna just keep going.
Stop and...
Stop and smell.
Give their cocaine.
You're good at smelling and hearing things, aren't you?
I mean,
You were picking up on stuff before.
decent enough.
Heightened senses is an automatic. I'm stuck in the middle, so I can't stick my head out the window to sniff things.
Stuck in the middle.
Literally rubbing elbows with the Nosferatu.
Yeah, I'll stop for a moment so I can roll down the window and take a sniff.
Okay. This is a fucking horrible smelling part of town. It's bad. There's a hint of chemical in the air that's mixing with the early morning heat.
Odds are he's still there, but without getting out and looking, there's no way to confirm it. I don't want to get out just yet.
Tap on the window glass. Why are we stopping? I guess I should. Why are we stopping?
See if we can tell if they're still there.
I don't know if you can whisper to them from the outside.
Oh yeah, with the glass.
I thought they were opening the window.
Do they have like a sliding window?
Yeah.
Not on those old trucks.
No.
No.
No? Oh, shit. Oh, it's before that time, huh?
Yeah, it's a glass panel. Thick glass, too. It's an old truck.
Well, he's got the side window open.
Yeah.
He probably can hear you with his heightened
Like
senses up.
Alright.
Oh, yeah. Where was I? Yes. Why did we stop?
Just get an idea whether or not they're still there without actually going in and looking.
Well, can you come back in about an hour?
You are cutting pretty close to sunrise at that point.
Yeah, no.
45 minutes. Something.
10.
The point is, you'll come back?
Later, probably not tonight.
Then never mind. I'm not getting out if they're just going to leave me here.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's gotten to the point where the sky is that, like, dusky gray.
Oh, yeah, screw y'all.
Head go
We
to
are
the
really
museum.
right there by the museum, so
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, get back over to where the museum is. You can pull in this area with your truck. It's still kind of a...
tie fit.
It's a weird kind of location. Like you can drive in past the two dragons, but like at that point in time, it's just like probably this early in the morning. It's just like whoever could find a place to sleep wherever they could find, is going to be all around there.
There's an awful lot of dice just roll for something.
Oh, you're fine. When you drive by the where the museum's in view, there's a block sign kind of like above the front door, kind of like an overhang.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like a marquee sign?
It's not a marquee. It's more just like it's more just like the shape of a marquee, but like, and it's got like an 8-bit dragon, like Chinese dragon, on it. And sitting on that sign is like looking at the truck with a very frustrated look on his face.
How far away was the parking garage where I parked the truck first
About
time?
2 blocks.
All right.
Jump out, you park.
Yeah.
Piling out.
He'll jump down to the
Yeah.
pavement.
I go park the truck and then come back.
Yeah. Where's Johnny?
Pull out the camera.
His
It's
penthouse.
perfectly fine. He's sleeping it off for now.
Okay. What happened?
So, I'm trying to remember when he left. Was it before or after the phone call?
Like right before the phone call.
Right after you left, we got a phone call. The owner wanted us out of there.
Oh. Well, shit. I apologize.
Thankfully, he was
Sort of understanding?
nice about it.
As nice as you can be, I guess. Minimum.
Minimally cordial.
Yeah.
So you've got him in some high rise?
Yes,
Yeah.
his house.
Oh, you can walk up whenever. I'm not gonna make
Yeah.
you wait the whole time.
Come walking up.
But yeah, no, it was leave immediately, and we didn't realize we forgot to leave a note until we were all right back to Portland.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, I mean, you guys had to get out of there. That's fine. Ugh.
He seems to be doing okay. Glad to see you're okay.
Still in one piece.
Didn't know where you went. Sorry.
You're still in one piece.
Why would I not be?
Yeah. Why?
Dark Forest. I don't know why it's in there. Shit.
Lots of
It's not
gangrel.
Harry Potter.
I mean, what happened to us?
Like lots of gangrel are in the forest, for starters.
That too.
I've heard rumors of other things.
I mean, there's not as many gangrels as there used to be.
Are we inside or the museum?
We're just standing outside.
kinda-
Walk inside.
Just past that wood.
Yeah. Just
Okay,
try and
so
put
what are
it
you
on.
guys like bunking down here now?
Yeah, we got to, unfortunately. We don't want to, but we have to.
I
Alright.
mean, if you wanted to sleep in the tunnels, I mean, I know an entrance nearby, but this is probably nicer.
I can try to make sure that nobody comes in here during the day.
Like, again, I know spy in the tunnels, if you guys would prefer that, it's just going to be cramped, it's going to be damp.
This place needs more furniture.
God, you guys freaking gonna cost me a fortune in freaking laundry.
This we'll fit here better.
Okay.
I mean, I've slept at worse places.
I can say that now.
Cool. Do people come in here often during the day?
No, but it's a good idea to be safe.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah. If you guys are staying here, I'll make sure that'll be fine. And he's gonna start walking over towards the building across the street.
Thank you.
We really need to see if he's got a phone, a cell phone that we can
I
be able to
feel
contact
like
him
we're
with.
putting.
Oh, he didn't wait for you
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
He just turned and left.
I feel like we're putting him out way more than.
Then he's letting on.
Not putting him out as in making him annoyed, but putting him out as in he's doing more for us. But it's hard to judge the weight of family, but we're worrying him, that's for sure. It's you know. Fair play, even exchange,
Equivalent exchange?
even exchange.
Pretty much the same.
So you guys have pretty much enough time to get downstairs, make sure things are closed up properly, and fall to day sleep. So we're gonna go ahead and end it there. It's a very weird night,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Do you guys want to continue the next night?